Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
The legend continues.
I'm back everybody! Did you miss me? Hopefully not too much, but it is time to get started with the 5th season of Up From the Underground, and we're going to start it off the way it always begins. I know that a lot of you are newcomers to my channel, so just in case you don't know how Up From the Underground goes, it always starts and ends in the very same way. At the beginning of the year, I give you guys a list of movies that I want to see. I try and see, within a year's time, a month's worth of movies. Sometimes I go over. Last year I was right on the dot. There are just so many amazing movies coming out in 2015. I had to think really long and hard. Had to say goodbye to a few, was really excited for some more than others, but this was also a collective effort, because one of the people who comes to see a lot of these movies with me is my girlfriend, so some of these that we have discussed are movies that we both want to see together. So this is also going to go into a new episode of 10 for 12. I'm not going to give you guys the flashy screen for the introduction, you'll see that in February, but today I'm going to give you guys the 30 movies that I want to see in 2015. Within these 30 will be 10 that me and my girlfriend want to see above the others, and at the end of the year, as the movies get reviewed, as well as music and television, in the last week of 2015, there will be a video, which will be the season finale of Up From the Underground, which will feature the best of the best in the year 2015. So, let's get started. The first movie is a movie that I really want to see out of all these 30, and it came out in the end of December. It also has been in a lot of controversy with the Oscars, but its wide release was on the 9th of January. So to me, when it's the wide release date, that's really the year that the movie comes out. So I consider this movie a 2015 release. It's Selma. I have heard amazing things about it. I love these pieces, especially when they take place in the 60s, and especially when they deal with important topics like civil rights. This was a very big moment in modern American history, and I have also heard that David Oyelowo, or however you pronounce his name, even though he did get snubbed for the Academy Award, he really did give a great performance as Dr. King, and I really am excited to see this movie. Paddington, which looks really, really cute. Apparently, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a higher rating than The Shawshank Redemption. If you feel that that's weird, please put your comments in the box below. Strange Magic, which is the brand new George Lucas CGI animated musical. Mordecai, which is this amazing new comedy, looks like, with Johnny Depp. I didn't even know that Johnny Depp was in that movie until his name flashed across the trailer. I really want to see it. It's got also Olivia Munn, Gwyneth Paltrow, Ewan McGregor, great cast. I really hope that it is a good movie. A Most Violent Year also came out on the 31st of December, but its wide release date is going to be January 30th with Jessica Chastain. I am really excited to see that movie because it takes place in the year that I was born, in my city, and apparently in that year it was the worst year for New York City, so I'm very curious about it. We've got Jupiter Ascending, which is the newest movie from the Wachowskis, and I always appreciate the Wachowskis because they give me great original science fiction films. It stars Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum. Wasn't really sure about it at first, but the more I see it, the more I'm interested in it. Number 2 out of the 10 that I really want to see is a collaborative effort with me and my girlfriend, Kingsman: The Secret Service. What a great movie to take her out to see on Valentine's Day, because she sure as hell doesn't want to see 50 Shades of Grey. This movie is based on a comic book. It was supposed to come out last October. A great cast including Mark Strong, Michael Caine, and Colin Firth. I want to see Colin Firth in a movie like this. Another movie that I am very interested to see, so this is number 3, is Chappy. Looks like a modern-day Pinocchio or Short Circuit. I've seen 2 trailers. One that looks very heartwarming, and one that looks very violent. Stars Hugh Jackman and Dev Patel, 2 actors that I really like. I'm very curious about this movie. I really feel that it has potential to be something really special. I mean, when you see the original trailer, I'm sure that you will also get goosebumps. Home, which is the new DreamWorks animated movie. Ex Machina, starring Domhnall Gleeson, who just recently appeared in Unbroken. Avengers Age of Ultron. I am not putting this as my 10 best out of these 30, because I am expecting this movie to be awesome. I am not planning on getting disappointed. Joss Whedon is going to do the very best that he can to live up to what he did with the first Avengers film, and considering his legacy that he has already left behind and things that he's doing right now with Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., how could Age of Ultron possibly be bad? Here's a movie that I am very interested in seeing. So this is number 4. My girlfriend and I want to see Woman in Gold. This was a movie I did not know was coming out. It's based on a very interesting true story starring Helen Mirren. What I'm really interested in regards to this movie is the fact that Ryan Reynolds is in it, and I'm very excited to see what Ryan Reynolds is going to do in this movie, because I know that he is more than just the cheap thrills and comedy. I really believe that there is a great actor in Ryan Reynolds. I'm sure some of you feel the same way, but he deserves to actually get one of those movies where he is recognized as a great actor, and I'm hoping that Woman in Gold will do that for him. Then we've got Tomorrowland, which is a Disney movie based on a Disney theme park. Very interested to see that. Number 5, Entourage. I can go on and on about how much I love that HBO show. The boys are back. I've seen the trailer. It looks like it's going to be awesome. I don't think everybody's going to go see it, but I have a feeling that it is definitely going to please the fans. Here's an interesting movie. It's not one of my top 10 out of the 30, but it's called Boo. It stands for Bureau of Otherworldly Activity. It's another DreamWorks animated film. There have been no trailers yet. I haven't seen any posters for it, but I always appreciate DreamWorks because they try not to be entirely like Disney. They try to really make fun, comedic, to some degree heartwarming, but they always give me great laughs and a great story. So I'm really curious to see what Boo is going to be all about. Jurassic World. Number 6 is the new Pixar movie. We're actually getting 2 of them this year. The first one is Inside Out. I've already seen 2 trailers for this movie. It looks amazing. With an excellent voice cast, Louis Black, Amy Poehler, Bill Hader, Mindy Kaling, just to name a few. It's actually loosely based on a theme park attraction from Epcot Center from the 1990s called Cranium Command. If you remember that, put your comments in the box below. Also, if you have been to Disney World and Epcot Center recently, is that still there? But this looks like it's going to be something that we kind of have been lacking from Pixar. I mean, a lot of people have praised Brave. I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was like Toy Story 3 or Finding Nemo. And Monsters University, while it was fun, was just good as best. Not great, but I have a feeling that Inside Out is going to bring us back to those truly great Pixar movies. And then we've got Pan, which is supposed to be the origin story of Peter Pan, and the way that it has been made based on its trailer looks like it's based around the Hook and 2003 Peter Pan films, so it's sort of like a trilogy to me. I'm really glad to see it and complete my Peter Pan trilogy. And then we've got Minions, which is the prequel to Despicable Me, the stories of the Minions themselves. It looks really, really cute. The trailer didn't give too much as far as a hint of the plot, so I'm really curious about it. And then we've got number 7. While the Avengers I know is going to be great, it is AntMan that I'm even more interested in. Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly, and of course, Paul Rudd. The trailer looked good, and I'm really excited to see what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to turn Ant-Man into, because they did wonders with Guardians of the Galaxy, a superhero team that not that many people really knew about. While Ant-Man is someone who is probably mentioned more often than the Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, a guy that has the ability to shrink or grow and communicate with insects, people would probably make that look as bland or pretty stupid, but based on everything that we have seen, I'm excited for it. Very excited. And then we've got number 8, which is Pixels, based on a short that has been on YouTube for a couple of years. It stars Peter Dinklage and Adam Sandler. I'm just curious to see what this movie is about, especially because it's bringing back old school video games. I think it's going to be a little bit of a video game one-on-one for young children who have never heard of these old school classics, but I'm just curious about what the plot is going to look like. It's supposed to be these video game characters terrorizing the world, and the humans have to fight and win their world back. I'm expecting it to be a really exciting action comedy. And then we've got the full-length film version of Goosebumps, starring Jack Black as R.L. Stine. I remember the television show. I even read a good portion of the books. The plot sounds great. It's about R.L. Stine's creations coming to life, and they have to be stopped. Reminds me of things like Hocus Pocus, and all those family-oriented horror type movies. So I'm really curious to see what this great fandom of Goosebumps is going to be like on the big screen. I'm really excited for it. And then we've got Straight Outta Compton, which is the story of NWA, the famous hip-hop group from the late 1980s. I liked Notorious when it came out, and I'm really curious to see what this movie's going to be like. I love stories in film that are based around music groups. And we've got the sequel to The Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials. I'm going to make sure that I read the book before that movie comes out. Then we've got The Hateful Eight, which is the new Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm not expecting this to be bad at all, hence the reason why it's not one of my top 10 in this 30 list, because I have just been enjoying his work day in and day out. It looks like it's coming out in October or possibly November. I'm hoping that it is still coming out in 2015, and I'm really excited for a new Quentin Tarantino movie. Then we've got number 9. It's the Peanuts movie. I cannot tell you how excited I am to see some of my all-time favorite childhood memories come to life. I especially love what Blue Sky did with the CGI animation. It's a mixture of CGI and 2D animation to make it look like it's coming straight off the comic strip. It looks like they got a whole bunch of no-name children to voice these characters because they don't really want celebrities there. They want people to remember the Peanuts of old. If you've seen the old animated movies, if you loved reading the comic strips, the fact that Charles Schultz's sons are backing this movie, I feel they're going to get it right. I really, really do. Then we've got The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2, wrapping up the whole saga. Very excited to see how it's going to end. And then we've got the next Pixar movie, which is called The Good Dinosaur. It stars Neil Patrick Harris. Don't really know much about it. And then we've got the new James Bond movie called Spectre. I'm so excited that Daniel Craig has come back, and I'm even more excited about the fact that Christoph Waltz has been chosen to play the villain. Javier Bardem was incredible in Skyfall, and I am so excited to see Christoph Waltz. Sam Mendes, which I'm really glad about that he's coming back to direct. I think this is even the first time that a director has directed 2 James Bond movies in a row. I don't know if a director has directed multiple James Bonds in the history of the franchise. I don't know. If they have, let me know, but I really think that this is going to be amazing. And my final movie in my 30 anticipated films, which is also number 10 in my top 10. Roll the clip, please! Need I say more? Thank you very much for watching, guys. It feels so great to be back. I'd love to know if any of these movies were some of your choices to see this coming year. Are there any that I missed? Some that you think might be overlooked or underrated? Or maybe some that might even be overhyped? Put your comments in the box below. I'd love to hear what you think. And I'm looking forward to finally getting back to the movies and reviewing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.